This is Sky Motoring Weekly with me, Alistair Weaver, John Quirk and Owen Reedy. In this week's show, we take a look at the not-so-giant Panda Cross, drive the new Jeep Cherokee and subject John to 9G.
This week, Audi pulled the wraps off its facelifted A6. Outside, the changes are minimal, with a slightly sharper front end, these cool LED running lights, and a restyled bum for the saloon. Underneath, there are two new engines: a 2-litre turbo diesel that in their TDI E model can do 53.3 miles to the gallon, and a new supercharged 3-litre petrol that combines big power with small CO2 emissions. And if you're still not interested, there's always the 572 horsepower RS6 saloon, which is perfect for mental dads.
Here's a new candidate for the biggest automotive munter of the year. Introducing the new Fiat Panda Cross Diesel. The press release says the new Panda turns heads wherever it goes. Too right, just look at it. Thing is, the regular Panda 4x4 is a pretty fun car, so why you'd want to pay 11.5 grand for a diesel version that's been beaten with an ugly stick is just beyond us. But if you want your children to be bullied at school, you can pick one up from your local Fiat dealer now.
Meet the Hyperion, a car for the chap who finds a standard 300 grand Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe drophead so horribly common. Named after a Greek god, the Hyperion is a one-off creation for a wealthy collector and was the final work of Andrea Pininfarina, who was tragically killed in a motorcycle accident last week.
In other news, Lamborghini opened its 116th dealership in the original Sin City of Las Vegas. Money and image is everything here, so it's strange that Lambo didn't have some sort of presence earlier. It's made up for it, mind, with a 2-story, 20,000 square foot showroom that not only sells its stunning cars, but also has a catwalk to display its latest fashion collections that include fur-lined jackets and even Lamborghini swimsuits. Swimsuits? Any excuse, eh?
This week, I've been behind the wheel of the brand new Jeep Cherokee. Now, it might not be as refined or as good to drive as a Land Rover Freelander, but it is good value and it's almost unstoppable off-road, even with a dodgy old caravan in tow.
And while Owen was driving the Cherokee, John was trying 9G.
Oh, incredible. This has been the best experience of my life, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you have to make more sex then.
I wasn't sick.
No, it's a brave guy.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to be your wingman, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you can be my wingman.
It was a good week for fuel prices. Well, kind of. You see, with the price of crude oil coming down slowly, Britain's biggest supermarkets seem to have got themselves into a bit of a price war. The latest round was triggered by Morrison's, cutting 2p from the price of a litre of diesel and unleaded. Naturally, Asda, Sainsbury's and Tesco have all been forced to follow suit, so you and I are quids in.
It was a good week for rickshaw drivers in Beijing as Mini unveiled its very own version, combining a traditional bicycle with the rear of a clubman. Apparently the rickshaws generate positive energy and are definitely not a clever PR stunt.
It was a bad week for James Bond. There he was, happy in the knowledge that his DBS was the dog's dangle his Aston Martin, and then the boys from Gaydon unveiled this, the 177. As the name suggests, only 77 will be built, and each one will be different, and not just in a colour and trim kind of way, but in a I want mine to be a convertible with wood panelling, brass taps and a gun turret kind of way. The price for the 7-litre V12 hypercar is expected to be somewhere in the region of £1.2 million. Now we're not sure that Universal Export's expenses will cover that 007.
Don't miss episode 2 of our Buying a Banger feature.
What's the problem, mate?
Well, you know, we thought that it might have had a bit of an overheating problem.
Yes.
There's no water in the header tank.
Excellent.
You're joking. And to celebrate the start of the footballing season, we check out our favourite footballers' rides.
Next week, we get behind the wheel of the world's sexiest electric car, the Tesla.